Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We have a Kiswa piece with us, alhamdulillah, and we'll be carrying out a test to check if it is an authentic piece, and you can see the result yourself, inshallah. So let's begin. So this piece was purchased from eBay. The first look at this piece, which you may not be able to see from the camera, but it has a very sort of shine. It has a shine to the front of the Kiswa, quite a strong sheen finish, right? And looking at it in the light, it sort of reflects like speckles of glitter. Now you can't probably see this, like I said, from the camera, but if I'm looking in the direction of the light over here and I'm moving the Kiswa just with my finger, you can see tiny speckles of glitter. Now there is no glitter in the Kiswa, it's basically the fabric which is reflecting the light, okay, which gives it that sort of look. So that's the obviously initial reaction there. The Kiswa is relatively soft here, and obviously where you have the design, it appears to be rough. If we have a look at the backing is where you have the writing, it's the same. The front and the back has the same finish. You can see you can hear it with my nail. Okay, so the front and the back, same finish. Now this is smooth here, but the back is soft. It's like it looks like wool, like a woolly effect. Completely different weaving on the back. So that's basically the fabric there. Okay, we'll check it now. Now, I'm taking a small thread out. The reason why I'm doing this is because I have to check the fabric, and inshallah you can see the result. Okay, obviously I've taken a thread out from the top, and I can show you another one. So these are two threads there. Obviously this one here appears to be quite loose. It's opened up. This is still quite intact. We'll test them both and see what the outcome is, inshallah. So let's have a look. Okay, you saw that there. I literally just lit up the end, and you can see there's a piece there just flying in the air, but it caught fire. Okay, let's have another go. Okay, I'm gonna try and light it and move the flame away straight away. Flame away, and it's burning. Okay, now smelling that, it smells like paper. Okay, you can see there's nothing left. There is nothing left. There's a tiny little bit of ash there, which is basically paper. Why paper? Because when you burn paper, right, when you burn paper, the end turns white, right? And if I show you a piece of paper, just gonna see if I can get some paper from here. This is paper, right? Look what happens. Okay, the ash turns white. Look, it turns white. Okay, you can see the ash everywhere. Now, I'm going to move that out of the way. This thread here, which was the loose thread, which is the first piece we took off, going to move it slowly in and out. Okay. Now this is burning differently. Not sure why, but look. You can see. Watch this. Look at that. Stretchy. Stretchy. This is plastic. The one before was cotton. Now, if you want to do this test yourself, you don't have to test the Kiswa. What you can do is you can purchase, if you have a t-shirt at home, old t-shirt, cotton, take a small thread, pull a thread out, check it. If you have anything made from polyester, any clothing, just pull a thread out. But you can buy samples online of polyester, of cotton, of silk, online, eBay, Etsy, and you can check it. This is plastic. Plastic, stretchy, hard. Plastic is melted. plastic. Okay, let's just check the Kiswa again. So this is the piece. Okay, I'm going to pull a thread out and we're going to check again. Okay, I'm not sure what happened. One of the threads, they were supposed to be the same, but maybe it's a combination of two different fabrics. Potentially, you know, we don't know what's actually been going on, what's gone on to the machine. You can see here, look, there are multiple thin layers of the fabric, so it could be a combination. Let's try again. Okay, I have to drop that on there because you can see it's still burning. There we go, stopped. Look at that, plastic. Okay, because it's stretchy. Okay, it's stretchy, plastic. Another one, let's check. Okay, I had to drop that because it would have burnt my hand. Look, I'm gonna stop that. Subhanallah, look at that, amazing, absolutely amazing. So the threads that I pulled out from here, they are a combination of cotton and polyester. Okay, this is one side of the fabric we've tested. Now we have to check this side as well. Okay, we have to check this side as well. Because the way the fabric is weaved is you have some here going across and some going in the other direction. You have to check both. Now, let's have a look. These all seem to be the same, the same sort of weaving. You can see the design. So they are probably going to be all the same. Look. I had to drop that because it caught fire. Look, if I pull it, look, you can see. Stretchy, plastic. Plastic has gone hard. Okay. So what does this confirm? It confirms, number one, the fabric has more than two materials. It confirms that the fabric is made from cotton and made from polyester. This is what this fabric confirms here. Over here. I'll try and get it to focus. This is the piece. Okay, this is the piece that we have. Okay, you can see clearly in the camera. Now, we have a different piece. Okay, again, I'll just try and focus it for you so you can see. There we go. You can see. Okay, now when I smell this, now it's not about the smell all the time because sometimes the Kiswa will be old and the smell may not be there. But when I smell this, which I'm going to do now, alhamdulillah, it smells beautiful. It smells of oud. It is the original scent of the Kiswa. This piece is not that old. It still has the original scent. Anyone who has visited Makkah and has touched the Kiswa and has smelt the Kiswa or kissed the Kiswa, that smell, it's a unique smell. You cannot find an oil that they use on the Kiswa, and the reason why is because the oils they use are different oils. They use several different types of oud, musk, etc. And the Kiswa is fragrance with people's own Kiswa. People, when they go to the Haram, they take they buy oil from the local stores and they will go and they will apply it in their hand and they will wipe it on the Kiswa, you know, for love of the Kaaba. So the scent of the Kiswa cannot be replicated because it's multiple oils mixed together. Which is why when you smell the Kiswa and you smell it again and you can know it's very distinct. Okay, there are some companies, there are some brands that make some oils which are called Kiswatul Kaaba, or you know, etc. But they are not the exact match of the Kiswa scent itself. They are replicas, they are imitations, they are near scents. But the scent is regardless. We've got to check the actual Kiswa itself. So I'm going to just slightly pull this out over here and I'm going to leave that there. This is the bottom section, okay? Now there are obviously I've pulled out sort of multiple threads, but we will check. They all seem the same style, so we're going to check. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It stopped. As soon as I pull the flame away, it stopped. If you can see closely, there are tiny, tiny bubbles at the end of each thread. Let's try again. Watch. Flame, away, stopped. The smell is like hair. Remember, the other one was cotton. How do we know? Because there was white ash left. Cotton means white ash left. And it will smell like paper. There are two key features of cotton: the residue it leaves and the smell. It is like paper. It's a natural fiber, like wood. Wood is natural fiber. Okay, and cotton is natural fiber. From cotton, you have cotton plants. This, if you can see very closely at the end. Okay, now I'm going to just, because this is some residue which I don't want you to get mixed up with. It's not going anywhere. Anyway, over here, watch this, okay? I'm going to use my nail and scrape off the end. The fabric is still clean. This is the end. Watch this, okay? These are all the small balls from this fabric. If you press it with your hand, crunchy and powder. This is a sign of silk. Go to any fabric store and ask them, I want something pure silk, a scarf, anything. Take one thread and you check it. You can buy silk samples online. Okay? Check any pure silk official store that has pure silk. Check the thread. It will turn into a ball and it will turn into powder. The second feature, number one, the feature is the ball that drops off and it turns into powder. The second, it will smell like you are burning hair. If anyone has done cooking and you have hair on your arms and you've put your hand over the stove, you know when your arm is on fire, because you can smell the burning hair. Okay, and then if you look at your arm, there will be tiny, tiny balls at the end of each hair. It's the same, because silk is made from silkworms. This is a natural fiber through animal. We are, as human, we are classed as animals. The hair burns like animal hair. Silk burns like, because it's made from silk, it will burn like animal hair. Cotton is a natural fiber, not from animals. So it burns differently. Okay, it's still natural, but it is through nature, not through human or through animal. Which is why if you were, and I don't have a sample with me unfortunately today, however, if you were to test a piece of wool, wool comes from sheep, okay? Sheep, they are animals. If you were to burn wool, same effect, okay? It will turn into a ball and it will smell like hair because it's the hair from sheep, okay? So again, just to do another check, just to reassure you, burn, move, it will eventually stop. It might burn for a moment simply because there is air gaps between the threads. But look, you can see, watch my finger. If I move this out of the way, watch my finger, okay? You can see the ball, ash. This is silk, okay? Now I told you I'm going to check the bottom, but I'm going to check the side as well. Meaning you have to check each side. Not each side, both sides, two sides. Okay, now if I pull any more out, that fabric is just going to be ruined and I don't want to ruin it. But I'm going to show you this here now. This is the other side. Okay, as soon as I've started it, it's sort of slowly catching fire. You can see there's a big ball. Look at that. Alhamdulillah, this is exactly what I wanted to show. And if you can see that, and I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to slightly take it off the thread, still intact, the ball. You know what I'm going to do. I'm going to squash it. There is powder there, look. Powder. Okay. Paper doesn't burn necessarily into ash like this. It will burn slightly differently. What does that mean? This is from silk. Okay. Where it's smooth, where the writing is, it's slightly rough. At the back, it's all completely rough. This is original Kiswa. Okay. because of the context that we have, the sources that we have, the authentication that we have. But also, we have purchased original Kiswa from multiple sources, and it all checks out to be the same. You go and buy this. Go and find online sellers. Buy 5 pieces of Kiswa from 5 different parts of the world, where they all say it's original. Bring the 5 together. They are all going to be different to this. This is replica Kiswa. It is a replica. One person will have one type, another one will have another type, another one will have another type. Why? Because there are multiple countries making this. If you go to someone and you pay something like this is like 10 by 10. You can probably find this online for starting from £30, £40, £50. It's not original. Many people fail to believe what they have. Okay. Original Kiswa is not cheap. And just because someone is selling it expensive does not mean it's the original thing either. It doesn't matter about the price necessarily. A low price would mean that it's probably a replica. But you can try. With eBay and paying by credit card, you have PayPal guarantee, you have credit card guarantee. Okay, chargeback they call it in the UK. You buy something, if it's not original, if it doesn't check out, especially with PayPal, that's the beauty of it. You're guaranteed a refund. Go and buy, please go and buy original Kiswa. And if someone can come to us and say, I bought Kiswa, I've checked it out, and it matches both the front and the sides, original silk, and you can find it cheaper than what we have it available for, then alhamdulillah, we'll be happy to discuss with you and to inshallah perhaps purchase from you in the future. The other feature of original Kiswa is you must check the edging. You know, this is for current period, Saudi period Kiswa. Probably last 10 years, maybe longer, I'm not 100% sure. But the manufacturing, if you go to the Kiswa factory, you visit Mecca, go and do ziyarah at the Kiswa factory, you will see there is a white line along the end. Anyone you buy Kiswa from, say, brother, sister, can you show me the original piece, the full piece? Can you show me the edging? And this is how the edging should be, the edging. Now, all original Kiswa doesn't always have this, because old Kiswa, the machinery were different. However, it will still be from silk. But see if you can find this, because this, like I said, we've done our research. We know what's available in the market. Most people, they don't have the edging like this. Okay, the smell. Okay, silk. Number of checks that you need to do. Okay. Now, for this one over here, and I'm just going to move this out of the way. For this Kiswa, this replica that we have, it came with a certificate, which I would like to share with you. And you'll have to bear with me for a moment. So this is the original, well, supposedly original. Okay. Now this logo here is the logo of the Haramain Sharifain. Okay, this is the logo of theirs, which they started to use, you know, not so long ago, but it's not relatively that old. It's fairly recent. If you look at this, now watch this, right? Look at this. You can see someone has copied the text because the background just there is darker compared to this paper. So that looks like it's been copied and pasted from somewhere. That there, because when you have writing on a document, you don't have a background to it. This has been probably put in on Word document, and obviously this is the certification. Okay, and obviously it mentions that this is a piece which was cut from the Kaaba, etc., etc. It's an original piece, and it was made in Mecca in this year 1419. Okay. Etc. Okay, now one thing here is it has Sheikh Abdul Rahman As-Sudais. Now he is the president of the two holy mosques. But this is not from the two holy mosques. This is from the Masna al-Kiswa. This is from the Kiswa factory. Why would he be signing for the Kiswa factory? The Kiswa factory is separate to Al-Haramain al-Sharifain. Okay, this is supposed to be a stamp, which doesn't look like a stamp. It just looks like it's a picture from Google, the same as this, and someone's just rotated it. And this is a picture from Google as well, probably. Al-Mamlakatu al-Arabiyyatu as-Saudiyyah. Okay, you can see. This, if it was, it could be a stamp. It's not a stamp. And the paper of the color of this paper is like brown paper. I don't know why it's brown. Okay. The other piece of information that's been provided to us is this. Okay, so no, this is not a certificate. It is only English translation of Arabic. For those who don't know Arabic. Okay, so the person who's provided this to us has given this and they've just translated it. Okay. So, sign on behalf of the Kiswa factory and the general presence for the two holy mosques. Abdul Rahman bin Abdul Aziz. Okay. Now look, if someone can produce this on a Word document and provide it to the buyer, why would they not produce this? It doesn't make sense. Okay, this looks more fancy. I give it. And if you don't believe me, I'm gonna just zoom out now. Take a screenshot, take it to the Kiswa factory, ask them if this is original, because I can tell you for sure, you take this to the Kiswa factory, they're not going to be very happy to see it. But take it. This is from the Kiswa factory, of course. You can see. Okay. Take it. Ask them, is this an original certificate? I found it online. Ask them. See what they say. Because I can tell you now, the Kiswa factory themselves do not certify pieces. They gift pieces, okay, to heads of state, to presidents, to ministers, to senior officials, to royals, okay? They don't provide certification with that. People that are gifted these items then decide to maybe sell those items. And then you have private companies like Dinar Islamic Museum, like some international auction companies and auction companies in the Middle East, who then will provide their own in-house certification, and they will say, this is what we believe this piece to be from this period, worn in this year. It is made from silk. It has this kalima. This is written on this, etc., etc. So, in terms of this, to conclude, we have tested two pieces of Kiswa. The first piece checks out to be a replica, and I will mention on the title of this video whom it was purchased from. So do have a look at that. And I'm not saying don't buy from them. If you want to buy a replica, alhamdulillah, you can buy a replica from them. If you want to buy an original piece, I would probably avoid it. Or perhaps don't even take my advice. Check the fabric yourself. Check it yourself. Go to a silk expert. Take a silk sample. Check it at home. Do your own checks. Don't rely upon the word of myself. Because at the end of the day, if you do your own checks, then you will have your own reassurance. Okay? So this, I would, in my opinion, my professional opinion, it is a replica. Why? Because the fabric is from polyester and it is from cotton, because cotton turns into ash and will smell and burn like paper. Polyester will melt and it will become stretchy and sticky, just how plastic is produced and burned. Whereas the original piece that we have, both the right and the bottom side have been checked and they both check out to be silk, and we have the original to support this piece in terms of the taraf, the edging matches that of the Kiswa factory. We do not have the edging of this piece, so therefore we cannot comment about the edging, But in terms of, if you can see this shiny silver, next time you visit the Kaaba, have a look. Can you see this shiny silver? You cannot see it. It's black, it's matte. Okay, so Jazakallahu khairan for watching. I hope it's been beneficial, and purely this video is for the purpose of to share the conclusion of what we found from testing these two pieces, and this is purely advice for you, and we strongly recommend that you do your own checks and proof and research into original Kiswa and replica Kiswa. Jazakallahu khairan for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.